Hey, I'm Jason from TechAU, and let's talk about my first impressions of the brand new DJI Mini 3 Pro. Let's start by talking about the form factor. Obviously this thing is made for portability, so the fact that it can fold up into a size that's basically the palm of my hand is just amazing. It's really, gives you so many more options in terms of where you're going to take it. It comes with a trusty little carry bag, which is excellent. You just pop it in there, know that it's secured, and really the best drone that you have is really the drone that you have with you when you go places. And this could live in the console inside your car, plug into the USB-C charger on the back, or of course in this pack you actually get multiple batteries. So the Fly More combo or Fly More kit gives you the 3 batteries to increase your flight time. But honestly, we're getting 30+ minutes out of the battery on this guy. And one of my downsides, or the initial impressions that are not so great, is this little lens cover or camera cover on the front. So it has these couple of little teeth that go into here down the bottom, but it doesn't matter how many times I try and practice this, I just have not nailed how to actually clip this in reliably. So that's a bit of a miss on my book. So you can make it work, but it's just way more hassle. What you want to do is be able to finish your flight, pack it up, throw it in the bag and be away, and know that the camera and the lenses are protected. And I think in the Mavic 3 they did a really great job. They had sort of a cover that wrapped around the whole drone and clipped on top. That was just magic, and I wish that they had a similar solution for this as well. But on a whole, the new drone is really cool. So something I really dig is the ability to flip out. Anybody who's used one of these foldable drones will know that typically you fold out the legs and then you flip down the other ones. Well, in this one it doesn't actually matter which one you do first, which is fantastic, because I, for whatever reason, would always do the wrong order. It does not matter which way you fold these in and out. You can do them whichever order. So I really do appreciate that. If we have a look at the big main change on the top here, we've got these 2 big cameras at the front that look forward, and that's obviously to do with obstacle detection. Facing backwards out the back of here is the rear facing obstacle detection, which is really interesting. And probably the reason they need to do that is because the back of the drone is actually like the FPV model, where the battery is the back half of the drone. So to enable that to slide in and out easily, that's probably why we're seeing the cameras rear facing at the top there. We've also got some underneath, so if you're coming down towards the ground, it knows the distance to the ground and obstacles below you. So it's all about sort of trying to avoid it from crashing, which is definitely what you want when you invest in a drone like this. The only thing that's really missing, we've got that sort of forward, back and up down sort of guidance there, but what's missing is the sideways. So there is no side facing cameras on this, and that's one of the things you'll pick up if you go to a higher end drone. I mean, really what we're talking about here is just great portability, great price, amazing 4K 60 quality. That's up from 4K 30. If you drop the quality down to 1080, you can also do 120 frames per second. So for those looking for that buttery smooth video, that's what's really cool about this. The other awesome thing about the Mini 3 is it comes with, or there is a version of it that comes with this controller, the new RC controller. So with the Mavic 3 we had the RC Pro. This is very similar. It's a little, I guess, a little lighter and doesn't feel quite so high end, but in terms of what it gives you is this amazing 5.5-inch screen, and it just looks awesome. Like, it's really bright. Even when you're in the middle of a sunny day, it looks fantastic. So really rate that controller. And one of the neat things on the controller is that we have this new button here, which is to toggle vertical or horizontal video mode. So let me try and show that to you. So this new gimbal system on the front here, if we flip that around and I just push this, you can see that it's flipping the orientation of the camera. So what's that good for? Well, vertical video is taking off on platforms like TikTok, Instagram stories, and if you want to have some great visuals, shot in vertical, I mean, what better way than using a drone like this? So awesome that they've included that, and this is really the first time they've done it. So even on their highest end drone, you don't have that capacity. So usually be cropping the footage to get that vertical format or orientation. So In terms of weight, it's super light, 249 grams on here. There is another version in some markets that has a bigger battery that tips over that scale. And the reason that weight classification is important is there are some markets in the world where you have to register drones over a certain weight. So that's why they're trying to tip underneath that 250 grams. But yeah, it's just super light, not a problem at all, easy to carry around. And to be honest, even when it's all packed in here, the controller, the drones, the batteries, you know, your cables and memory cards, even this is really light. So you throw it over your shoulder. If you're going on a scooter or a bike ride or something, get to your destination, the top of that mountain, and then fly your drone. It's easy to carry. So really overall, I guess to sum up my first impressions of flying it after a few times, really love the new controller. Love the option to have vertical video. It's just great quality coming out of this. That's probably the key, is that you can have all the lovely additional features in the world, but if the actual quality of the footage coming out of it is not great, then you know what's it all matter. But thankfully they've continued their great focus on quality. So the 4K 60 quality coming out of this thing, amazing visuals, and then it's really just up to you to be creative and decide what parts of the amazing world that we live in that you're going to capture with the drone. So there it is. That's my first quick rundown, and we'll have a full review on the site coming soon after we spend a bit more time with it. But this is the DJI Mini 3 Pro.